when my blood runs warm with an old red wine. I miss the life that I left behind. But when I hear the sound of the blackbird's cry, I know I left in the nick of time. Well, this road I'm on's gonna turn to sand, leave me lost in a far-off land.
Well folks, good morning, welcome to another Yonder Mountain adventure. Back up in Glencoe. No doubt you'll have recognised some of the clips on the way up. Came up late last night, got here about midnight, parked up down Glen Etive. So you'd be forgiven for thinking this was a Buckle Etive Moor video. And I say you'd be forgiven for it because every clip so far has been about the Buckle, which is just over to my right, over here. The Buckle is known as the herdsman of Glencoe. It's an iconic mountain, and I did the climb a few weeks ago, and I did a video on it as well. And today, it's kind of about the Buckle, but not. This mountain which I'm doing today is called Beinn A Chrulaiste, which is on the opposite side of the A82 and boasts the best views in the Glencoe region. And hence why I'm just about to make my way up here, fighting my way through the cloud of midges. It is incredible, unbelievable, but nonetheless we're promised some fantastic views up here. So you've got the fantastic vista here, you've got the Glencoe Valley, and you can see the Bidian Range, and we've got Kinloch Leven in the background here, the Devil's Staircase. We're in the middle of a fantastic area. So before I get absolutely chewed to death, I'm going to make my way up this steep incline up Beinn A Chrulaiste.
Gone away for to save my soul. If I wander till I'm not, may I know whose hand I'm in. If my home might never find, and let me live again. The longer I'm
So folks, you join us about, I don't know, about 20-25% of the way up Beinn A Chrulaiste, which is the objective today, as I've mentioned. It's quite a good viewpoint here, so I thought I would just give you a little bit of a geography of the particular area. Now, this is Glencoe, and to my left you've got the Glencoe Valley. Glencoe in one word, meaning the area, Glencoe, with the village of Ballachulish just further through the valley, further north up the A82. And Glencoe, with a space in between, means the valley of Glencoe, or the Glen, as it's known. Just over to the right here, you can see Buckle Etive Moor. You might be able to see the faint path leading off to the south end of the mountain, which takes you up Curved Ridge. Just next, and you can just see the water slab there, and that route takes you right up to the top of Stop Gerard. Which is a fantastic climb. I did it a couple of weeks ago. I went directly up through the Scree Gully and up onto Stop Gerard as well. And it's a fantastic area. The whole valley, it's a glacial valley, and it's carved in two by the A82, and it's a very, very busy road. Down to the further north, you've got straight into the Glencoe Valley. You've got the Bidian Range and the Three Sisters, which are very, very famous. And like I say, heading a little bit further north into the village of Ballachulish, and then up past Onnock and onto Fort William up that way. And as I mentioned before, Beinn A Chrulaiste, this mountain here, 2,810 foot, 2,812 I think it is. It's not quite a Munro. In order to qualify for a Munro, they've got to be 3,000 foot or more. So this is just under, so this is a Corbett. And a Corbett qualifies where it's got a 500 foot drop at least either side, and it stands alone. And this goes qualify as a Corbett, whereas the view that you can see over to the right there, the mighty Buckle, or the herdsman of Glencoe, is a fully fledged Munro, as are the four peaks of the Buckle range there as well. Thankfully this part here, we've got a little bit of a breeze, so the midge have died off a little bit, wow, they're just incredible. Do you know what? Skin so soft, DEET, smidge, all of these things. Do you know what? I don't think anything works. I really don't, other than a slight breeze. But I think there must have been a hatch a little bit further down there, because that's probably the worst I've seen so far in the Highlands, that's for sure. So I'm just going to take in the views. I'm going to take on a little bit of water, and I'm going to make me ascent up here. There's very little path. In actual fact, I think what path there is, it's probably a sheep run, to be honest. And I was reading a little bit further down, it looks like we're coming into stalker season as well, where they do a cull of the deers. And I must admit, I've seen a lot of deer tracks and hoof prints in the mud. So there's obviously quite a wildlife population, quite a deer population up on the hill. So I'm going to take on some water, and we'll start breaking the back of this beast, and I'll bring you back in when we've got to the top. And hopefully, if the weather keeps up, we're going to get some fantastic views of the Glencoe Valley and the vista that you can see before you. So with no further ado, off we go. Well folks, it's, the summit is in sight now, not too far to go. Just as you get up over the brow there, it looks like there's no path whatsoever, and true to form, there is no path whatsoever. It's very much heather bashing when you get up onto the kind of slight brow. But fortunately the heather's quite low due to the altitude. It's not too thick, it's actually not too hard going. But if you're going to do the route, what I would say is just be careful for ankle rolls. There's lots of divots and holes which you can't really see underfoot, so you do have to, you know, treat the place with respect, and obviously come prepared, but just be careful if you're up on the top of here. Although that being said, the rewards are absolutely fantastic. There's a buckle there. It's been in the background right the way through the video so far, and as I get to the summit there, I'm hoping for a little bit of a break in the weather. So far so good. There's actually, looking out over Rannoch Moor here and over Blackmount, you can see there's a little bit of brightness. In actual fact, the sun is pretty much just over the buckle there, and as you can see, it's looking a bit shady, isn't it? But nonetheless, there's the views looking down through Glencoe Valley. Biddien looks like it's pretty much shrouded in cloud. Biddien just over there, and looks a little bit dreek going through Ballachulish as well. Rannoch Moor, like I said, on the other end, it's quite bright, and as we get up to the top, the summit's just in sight, it's just up there. There's even possible pockets of blue sky up there, looking over to Blackwater Reservoir and the Namore Range, which hopefully we'll see from the summit. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed, get some good weather. I've just taken on a little bit of water there. It's actually very, very humid, but up here there's no midge whatsoever. No midge whatsoever. Oh, got to be thankful for small mercies, eh? Absolute little blighters. But I'm just going to soak up the views just for a couple of minutes, and try and kind of navigate my way up here. There's no path whatsoever. There's a bit of a boulder field, and I haven't seen a single soul. It's just me up on the mountain here today, which is a privilege really. So off we go. Let's get up to the summit. Well folks, that's us at the top of Beinn A Chrulaiste, 2,800 foot, a Corbett here in Glencoe, and the weather has held up. It's a bit windy, hopefully you can hear us over the wind noise, hopefully it's not too bad on your ears, but it is bright, and the buckle's just looking absolutely magnificent over there. And just to the back of us here you can now see Blackwater Reservoir, which is the main water supply for Glencoe, Fort William and surrounding area. And the mountains in the background there, the Namor Range. And just over here you can see Ben Nevis as well, but it is shrouded in cloud. You haven't got fantastic views of it, but nonetheless, what a fantastic climb. The views have been absolutely magnificent all the way up. Relatively hard work, just simply because there was no path whatsoever, but the reward's absolutely worth it, without a doubt. So I'm doing this as part of the Mountain Miles Challenge. I'm raising money, as you'll hopefully be aware, for the charity Young Minds, doing a fantastic job looking after the mental health of our young folk. And obviously off the back of everything that's been going on with COVID, as I've said a few times on previous videos, you know, we think that the young ones are resilient and strong, bulletproof and 10 foot tall, and they might come across like that, but you know, you don't know what's going on behind people's eyes. And a lot of people have been really struggling with ill mental health and depression, anxiety and various other conditions which are very, very debilitating. And I talk to you from a point of view of experience as a younger bloke. You know, I struggled with these types of things in the past, and typically, you know, these types of you know, kind of mental illnesses, depression and what have you, come in when you're going further away from, you know, the direction that you should be going in the direction of you being you. The further away you get away from being yourself, whether that's circumstantial or whatever else, that's when these types of things start to creep in, you know, and you start feeling pretty ropey and terrible. And that's why these talking therapies, these charities like Young Minds, like Mind, you know, and various others, are worth their weight in gold. They're really helping a lot of people out. So if you can and you want to, the link's in the description. Pop a donation. Thank you to everybody who's donated so far. We're up to 630 quid plus 400 quid from the employer. So we've tipped the £1,000 mark. Target's 1,500 quid. And this one's 2,812 foot. I'd previously done 11,600, so I'm creeping up a little bit there now. And I was going to do Snowdon next, but I've only got a couple of days off work, so I thought I'll just do the 4-hour trip up to the beautiful Glencoe Valley. And I really wanted to get these magnificent views of the Bugle, which I'm sure you'll agree we've managed to achieve. So I'm just gonna, I've got a ham and cheese sandwich, and I'm just gonna get myself a pew just out of the wind. I'm just gonna get a bit of bait on board. I'm just gonna have a slow meander back down to the van, and I'll see if I can startle those mountain goats. And there was a herd of deer as well, so maybe on the way down I might be able to catch up with them as well. So I'll catch you on the way down.
When my blood runs warm with an old red wine, I miss the life that I left behind.
Well, folks, that was a nice descent. Totally different route to the way up. Well, that's what happens, you know, when there's no paths. But that's half the adventure, isn't it? So I'm just going to the van's just probably a 20-minute walk. Just down to the bottom there, you can see it on the A82. So I'm just going to sign off on the mountain and leave you with these beautiful views of Buccleuch of Moor, Stob Gerard, Glencoe Valley. Better than signing off down at the van. So thanks for coming along with us. I hope you've enjoyed the adventure. The views have been absolutely stunning. The video probably won't really do it justice, but I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. And until next time, folks. Just make a point of keeping an eye on your mental health. You know, we're coming into the darker months soon. It's the end of October, isn't it, where the clocks go back, and people can really struggle with what's called SAD, seasonal affective disorder, and it's due to the your rhythms, your biorhythms, and the change of light. So just get yourself prepared for that more than anything else. You know, I check in on other people, friends, family, work colleagues who might be struggling. And one of the things that I would really suggest that makes such a massive difference to your own mental health is make time to do what makes you happy, which is exactly why I've done this myself. It's super, super important. So until next time, folks, stay safe, stay happy, and we'll catch you on the next Yonder Mountain adventure.
Tell my brother please not to look for me. I ain't the man that I used to be. But if my Savior comes, could you let him know